Super exciting news is the Welcome to Rockville lineup has finally been dropped for 2026, and I just have to say, off of first glance, this might be the best lineup of the entire year for me. It makes me want to do some research and actually see how much money this would cost me. The only downfalls, again, is Florida is hot, especially when you're active at a festival all day, moshing and the heat all day. It is May 7th through the 10th, so hopefully you get blessed with some good weather, but you really just can't predict it. If I had to guess, you have a 75% chance of bad weather here and 25% chance of good weather, but obviously I don't live in the area. I'm just guessing as somebody who's been to Florida a number of times, and it's always been miserable as somebody who doesn't live in the heat, but nonetheless, let's get into this lineup because it looks like a juicy one. Going into the first day, well, let's just talk about the main headliners first. So the main headliners is Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, Bring Me the Horizon, My Chemical Romance. So you're already aware of Bring Me the Horizon, My Chemical Romance headlining, but then you bring in Foo Fighters and Guns N' Roses, which I feel like is an amazing change of pace. You have Guns N' Roses, which satisfies all the older generation. You have Foo Fighters, which every generation loves. You have Bring Me the Horizon and My Chemical Romance, who are the newer generations. So I feel like one of these headliners hits the box for at least everybody going for the weekend. In total, I feel like the days do a great job of splitting these up to the people who you would like. For example, Thursday, the older generation would be perfect just buying a ticket just for Thursday. And maybe some of these younger crowds would like just Saturday or just Sunday. And then maybe some people would like just Friday or that lineup. Honestly, like just the way this lineup's put together overall is impressive. And it's definitely contender for the best of the year in my opinion. So getting into the individual days and what we all care about, Guns N' Roses. The only bad part about Guns N' Roses is the chance of them flaking out, something like that happening with Axl. The voice, obviously, of Axl not sounding great. But let's just be honest, the first day when you get there for the weekend and you're just having a good time and the vibe's right, you're going to be jamming to all those classics, just Slash on the guitar. It's just going to be a good vibe. It's going to suck on paper, but I feel like it's going to be a lot better in person. After that, on the main stage, you have Godsmack, Alice Cooper, Black Label Society, Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin, Ewing, Buckcherry, and Fozzy. That is just the classics over there on the main stage for Thursday. Underneath that is just a bunch of bands that I can't really stand, if we're being honest. Five Finger Death Punch, Stained, Amon Amarth, Behemoth, In Flames, All That Remains. Honestly, just really low hopes for that stage for me personally. I don't want to get too much into it. Below them, you have Ice Nine Kills, Atreyu, Catch Your Breath, Crown the Empire, Holding Absence, The Warrior, The Word Alive, Fame on Fire, Archers. So I've heard of Archers, Fame on Fire, Catch Your Breath, Crown the Empire. The big winners though here are Atreyu and Ice Nine Kills, obviously. Below that, you got a lot of the death metal stuff. Not very familiar with any of these bands, if we're being honest, so I'm kind of just going to skip over that. Below that, you kind of got the emo stuff with Mayday Parade, Story of the Year, The Wonder Years, State Champs, We the Kings, some Warped Tour stuff over there. So, like I said, pretty much a stage for everybody that day, and there's not going to be a single person who's not going to be able to find something they don't like for Thursday. Friday, like I said, you got Foo Fighters headlining, and then under that is The Offspring. Poppy sneaking in underneath there, which I'm quite surprised that she managed to get that high in the billing. Under that, you have The Warning. And then for the other stage, which is honestly kind of where I would be, or it's just going to suck because it's going to be so much overlapping greatness throughout this festival, which is always the tough part of all these festivals. But Turnstile, Parkway Drive, which, hold on, you got a little exclusive 2026 US show. So if you're a huge Parkway Drive fan, this is going to be a must-see for you. Hollywood Undead, I saw them, and they're always fun to see live. Tom Morello, always great to see live. You also have Failure, Sick Puppies, and Violent Vera, which is a bunch of underrated bands on the billing there as well. Excuse me. Lorna Shore, what is this, Paleface Swiss underneath? I can't really tell. Bunch more death metal and stuff, Disembodied Tyrant. So that should be an exciting, fun stage to be moving around. Like I said, just a stage for everybody with Zach Sabbath, Suicidal Tendencies, cattle decapitation. That's crazy. And then below that, you have Seven Dust Static X Saliva Drowning Pool. Wow, just a great lineup. There's a stage for everybody on every day, and it's kind of crazy, honestly. The more I'm going through it, the more I'm falling in love with it. Saturday, Bring Me the Horizon, Motionless in White, Highly Suspect, Black Veil Brides, The Plot on You, Magnolia Park, and Amira El Feki. Not a single miss on the main stage for Saturday, which is going to suck because looking at this, it's like there's going to be a lot of things you're going to miss, and that's just the part of festivals. There's good and bad with festivals, and the good part is all the bands are there, and the bad part is all the bands are there, and you're going to miss something. Under that, you got Breaking Benjamin, Lamb of God, Flyleaf with Lacey Sternum again. I feel like they've been making rounds to every festival lately, Breaking Benjamin and Flyleaf. So if you haven't seen them at another festival, you can see them here. Starset, which is a cool get. You don't see them out and about too often. Yellow Wolf, Memphis May Fire, some really good undercard bands here as well. Simple Plan, Plain White Tees, Gym Class, Hero, 3OIO, however you say that, Breathe Carolina, a bunch more World Tour bands, which is kind of crazy, a bunch of throwback. Below that, you got Avatar and Dragon Force with Apocalyptica. Jeez, I'm struggling today. A lot of great bands. And then under that, you have Bad Flower, The Home Team, 10 Years, Dead Poet Society. Just a bunch of good bands with a lot of different genres for everybody. And then the final day, you have My Chemical Romance, Rise Against, All Time Low, Cleveland Kimberly, Dance Gavin Dance. Just a great, it's kind of crazy because they have like that stage, and then the other main stage is like A Day to Remember, Yellow Card, and a bunch more bands like Sleeping with Sirens, Under Oath, Bless the Fall, from First to Last, and Voila, however you say it. But it just feels like those could all be one huge stage together. And then below that, you switching up the pace completely with some deathcore. You got Slaughter to Prevail and Whitechapel, which are two of the best in the business live. After that, you got some metalcore with Architects, Polaris, Make Them Suffer, Thornhill. Just a crazy lineup. And then to finish it off, down below, Sepultura, Cold Chamber, Hatebreed, some more old but great bands live. And honestly, I think this is the best lineup live. I think if you are picking one music festival to go to this year, this should be your choice. Tickets to Florida and everything, I'll break down what the cheapest way to get there and everything and how I plan on attending. That'll probably be another thing on Patreon or something because this video is already too long and we don't need to go into all of the logistics and everything. But if you plan on going to this festival, let me know. I hope to see some people there, but I appreciate you watching. As always, if you watch this long, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.